Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going through the new top teams for the King Croaker Dream Realm boss, and Sonja is a part of the overall best team and even the second best team. She's doing really well today because basically Harak doesn't work in King Croaker. So having Sonja there to buff up your other allies is going to be your best choice. So the overall top team today was found by Laundromat. I'm going to show you that formation and then we're going to do a run of it. So here was the team formation. The illusion Phraesto is up in the front because he will take the insta-kill first. This will need a plus 15 exclusive equipment Phraesto, but don't worry, there is a team that if you don't have plus 15 exclusive equipment Phraesto, you can run, and we will show that team as well. But this is the overall top performing team. Jake has gotten 97 billion damage with this team. Sonja is buffing up Smokey and Ludovic, who are your two major damage dealers in this fight. And then you have Resonating Spell on the other Phraesto in the back. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this and do a run of it. In the end of the video, we'll do multiple skips of this formation to try and get our top record in case this first run doesn't do that well. Okay, so Mikola is going to be buffing up your two Phraestos for their damage output. Both Smokey and Ludovic are being ramped up by the buffs of Sonja, as you can tell. And Sonja herself also deals a decent amount of damage. Now, Sonja has casted her ultimate, meaning the stat boost from her Crimson Covenant are permanent onto Smokey and Ludovic, even if she goes down. So it doesn't matter if she dies, then actually it is better because the Phraestos and Mikola would contribute more to the damage than the Sonja over there. Okay, still both of the Phraestos are alive, dealing their damage. They're not going to die right now. And Ludovic is just trying to get as much damage out as he can. So 95.5 billion from this account, pretty much a maxed account. But like I said, Jake got 97 billion today, but his account is truly maxed. Like I think plus 25 exclusive equipment on all of the heroes. So here was a 37 billion damage Ludovic, almost 18 billion damage Smokey, and 19. And look at the Sonja, even though she died early on, 10 billion damage from the Sonja is not bad at all. So this is the overall top team that you should try to run, and we will do more runs of it at the end. Okay, moving on to team number 2. The next best team option is Crow's team. So before we go to the Sonja team, which is like a kind of different version of the team we just showed, basically using Talene in the team rather than Sonja. But the thing is, Sonja is actually a little bit better. The scores from the Sonja team are a little bit higher than the Talene team. Also, for this Talene team, she needs to be Supreme Plus. Supreme will not be enough because she doesn't revive fast enough. I think that is the reason, because they mentioned that you need to have a Supreme Plus Talene. It could also be that Sonja just is out damaging this team. But anyway, so here's the team, and let's talk about the charms because we didn't talk about that in the previous video, our previous team. So of course, Ludovic needs the Insight Charm, Smokey needs anything that gives him skill power, whether it be Recovering or Sorcery. Mikola needs Sorcery or Arcane Charms are optimal because it gives her attack buff for a little bit more damage from Combat Fury. Sorcery Charms onto the Phraesto. And Talene needs the Blast Charms. In the previous team, we had Sonja. She should be on the Arcane Charms for her own damage, that attack percent, and the skill power for more value from the buffs for her allies. And in this position, it's pretty good. Like, I mean, Talene will keep getting insta-killed. It will keep maximum uptime of the Phraesto and his illusion. But even despite all of that, this team cannot compete for a top score with the overall best team. But it comes close. So if, for example, you haven't built Sonja and you have these heroes, this is going to be your next best option. Taking a look at the damage chart, you're going to have Talene at 18 billion, 17 billion for Phraesto, 32 billion. But do you know what the sad news behind all of this is? Talene was always the best in slot hero for King Croaker, and now she's even been dethroned from there by Sonja. And that is the scary thing. Basically, as time goes on, once meta Celestial Hypogeans can fall out of the meta. Now, Phraesto is still dominating all of the Dream Realm bosses. Harak is still a very powerful force, but you don't know their fate. When a new hero gets released that might be doing their job better, that is when it really becomes worrying. But Phraesto is really the most future-proof as of right now hero to be investing in. Okay, so we have Daragon's formation for an EX10 exclusive equipment plus 10 level of Phraesto because he's not going to be tanking, or maybe he is tanking the first insta-kill, but I think it might be the Sonja. But anyway, Sonja's going to be buffing up the Smokey and the Ludovic here. Again, Resonating Spell with the main Phraesto in the back, and Mikola will be haste buffing the team. Okay, so this is a great team, and this has gotten up to 90 billion damage at the maximum investment today. The charms are going to be the same like we mentioned, so there's nothing to talk about there. Let's just see the insta-kill order here. So Mikola actually contacted the boss first. I wonder if Mikola might be the first one, or it might be the Sonja here. No, Mikola gets insta-kill first. Now I'm thinking the next one to be insta-kill is probably Sonja, which is again optimal because the Phraesto and his illusion, they deal more damage. Yeah, they deal more damage than the Sonja with their vicious sting, HP per second damage. Okay, so one more insta-kill will come off onto the Phraesto illusion. He gets to resummon himself to keep dealing the damage, so the ordering of this is perfect because basically the main Phraesto never gets insta-killed. So, and he gets a maximum uptime of his summon, and that's going to be almost 92 billion, and this is basically competing with the Talene team. Right, Talene team for us also did around 92 billion. This one got almost 92 billion with Sonja instead of Talene, and this one would even work with the plus 10 exclusive equipment upgrade of the Phraesto. So that is a great team for you to try. Okay, moving on to team number 4, which is a team, the team from Croaker. This is a team if you don't have, for example, Sonja, and if you don't have Talene. So you can use Lily May, and this is also a pretty good option. Let's just take a look at the formation if it's easier to see here. The illusion will be up front, main Phraesto in the back. It's always the case for King Croaker because you want the illusion to die first. Smokey and Mikola, Ludovic, Lily May. Verdant spell increases penetration of Lily May and increases the haste of Ludovic so that he can cast his HP per second damage more frequently, and that is the advantage of that. Okay, and don't worry, after this we will have a more free-to-play team, which is not using Phraesto, for example, if you don't have Phraesto, but it is using Talene. Basically, if you want a top-scoring team, it's either going to be one of these Phraesto teams or a Talene team. So this is because we're talking about endless bosses, we're going to assume you have either one of those Celestial Hypogeans built up. But if you don't, basically you can just replace, in like the next team we're going to show you, replace the Talene for Thorin. That is basically going to be the option because Thorin can also tank the insta-kills of the boss up to 3 times and basically do Talene's job, but the damage would just be lower because, yeah, okay, and sorcery charms here for the Lily May, in case you wanted to know her charms, because we didn't talk about that. So almost 85 billion damage of this team, definitely considerably lower than the other ones, but still not a bad option at all. A really good team for you to try. Okay, finally we will go through the final team formation. Credit goes to Newbie for this, and this is if you don't have Phraesto. This is going to be the formation. Ludovic and Talene will be buffed up by the Sonja, and then you have Smokey and Mikola. If you wanted to run this team without Talene, what I would recommend is run Thorin up in the front and have Smokey, Ludovic, and Sonja buffing up both of them. We can do it. Actually, we can do a test of that. I didn't see someone doing that because all of the top teams are using these type of heroes, but let's try that. Okay, after this, we'll do a test run with Thorin for maybe a more free-to-play friendly team. Because you know what the advantage of Thorin is that Thorin will actually take all of the insta-kills and allow the rest of your team, like Sonja, Mikola, Ludovic, and Smokey, to all deal their damage. Like here, Sonja gets eaten or killed first, but then it also allows more damage from Talene, and Talene hits really hard. So that's the advantage. If we're going to run the Thorin team, it would probably be the Verdant spell, again, which is going to be the best to increase Ludovic and Smokey's damage both. I would think it would be the best. But maybe there is an argument for like Great Sword spell just for the raw attack. Okay, so this one got almost 81 billion damage. Ludovic did practically all of the damage, but Talene contributed a lot. Okay, so let's try a team, for example, if you don't have Talene or Phraesto, we will try this formation, but we will change Talene for Thorin. Okay, and we'll want to have Sonja being buffing up both the Ludovic and the Smokey. So I think we could go for maybe a positioning like this. Mikola, I guess Mikola can be in the back, getting the Ludovic charm bonus. Yeah, I don't know where all the heroes are going to end up, but let's just do a test of this team and see how good it is. Okay, Mikola ran up really quickly. I'm a little bit worried that... And Mikola is not buffing up Ludovic in this position, but I don't know if that would actually be possible to buff up Ludovic. He would have to be in the central position. I'm just hoping Mikola doesn't get insta-killed. We want the Thorin to get insta-killed. And I think he was. Okay, good. So this is looking pretty good. It will give like maximum uptime of Sonja, Mikola, Ludovic, and Smokey. The problem is like Mikola is not actually buffing up anyone that really matters with the haste buff. It's only the Sonja. It's not the Ludovic who really would have benefited from the haste buff. But it's just not possible from this positioning. And okay, 74 billion damage. The other one with Talene got 80 billion. So this is not a bad team as well. I still think Sonja would be the best. If you don't have Phraesto and you don't have Talene, I would run a team like this for Thorin to tank the insta-kills. And then just have Sonja buffing up Ludovic and Smokey, because those are your two major damage sources. Okay guys, anyway, that is going to be it for these teams testing. Now what we're going to do is we will rerun the top formation by Laundromat and try to get a record. So we'll be skipping it and see how high we can go. Our high so far is 95, almost 95.5 billion. Let's see whether we can beat that. Okay, 95.26 is close. The top score from Jake is 97 billion. We're not going to be able to get that high, but I think even if we could get 96 billion, that would be pretty impressive. Let's see. Okay, got a new score. 95, just barely 95.5 billion. The thing in the endless bosses, especially when you're running these HP per second damage dealers, there's almost no RNG, because each fight plays out exactly the same. There's no crit chance. Like, your crit will not affect your HP per second damage. And so like when you're looking at the scores, there's hardly any variance. But the timing of everything can make a difference, especially like the timing of the boss's shield. But yeah, it's looking like 95.5 billion is going to be the maximum potential of this team for this account. But like I mentioned, Jake did get 97 billion with this team. And so that is the overall top potential. Let's see what we get. 95.8. We'll take that. And that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And good luck running one of these teams to get a top record for the King Croaker boss. But it is showing that Sonja is a great option for King Croaker. And really, if you recruited for her, do not have any like regrets in my opinion. She is still going to be must build status, even just being the best in one boss, and I think she is already the best in a couple bosses right now. We have had the full rotation of the 8 different bosses with Sonja, and she has been a part of a lot of the top teams. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That is going to be it for this one. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one, and until then, everyone, peace out for now, and thank you for watching.